Good evening and welcome to the Car Sim and Race Driver Show with me, Hugh Hattrick, and a very special guest all the way from Holland. It is B Racing 1. It's good to see you. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. And we've already got lots of people watching and giving lots of comments that I'm not even sure I can broadcast.
Yeah, that's a problem with my channel. Uh, there's a lot of crazy people there.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's great fun. Well, it's B Racing One who's on the show tonight. Now, you very kindly filled in because last week I made an appeal for you to come on the show, and you were kind of umming and ahhing in the comments and saying yes, you would like to have a go, and you very kindly have done it tonight. So I will ask you the starting question that I ask all my guests: how did your gaming career and your kind of hobby of gaming? How did it all begin?
Well, yeah, I think like most people, I just bought a PS1, but yeah, I always had some kind of feeling with racing. I was around 13, 14 years when somebody in our neighborhood had a cart for sale.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to have it, but I couldn't have it because it was too expensive and a lot of work and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, when I was getting a bit older and yeah, PS1 time came, I started racing with Ridge Racer, and from there on, yeah, Gran Turismo, Formula One games, Need for Speed, stuff like that, and it just grows and grows. It grows on you. Racing is such a fun thing to do. So yeah.
So that's fantastic. Now I'm just getting comments here saying I think your screen has possibly frozen. I think
Yeah,
your
yeah,
camera may have frozen. Do you want to maybe just remove the camera and come back on again? It
yeah.
might
I
just
will do that.
if you check in the settings, it will show you your camera settings just in case there's an issue with that, and we'll get that sorted. Because it's just saying that I think maybe it's a black screen. I can see a picture of you, but your mouth isn't moving. And
Maybe it's for the better.
and oh, I think your supporters here definitely want to see you in full 3D. There we
uh,
go.
I will reconnect the camera for a moment.
Yeah. Now this is where we need a commercial break. Now,
Yeah.
if you haven't already subscribed to B Racing One's channel, the link is in the description, so make sure you do. And if you like interviews and you haven't seen our back catalogue already, then make sure you subscribe to the show and the channel here, and you'll never miss a new video. Ah, there you are. You're back. And
Hello.
your mouth is moving. There you go. Your
Yes.
mouth is moving.
Yes.
You're no longer a ventriloquist. Your mouth is moving. You're real and live here in the studio. That's the thing.
Good to be back.
There we go. There we go. So we heard how you all started. So you used to do a lot of racing games and a lot of F1. So you would
Yep.
have done that right the way through because there was. I used to love the F1 games. What was your kind of favorite bit about doing the F1 games? What kind of motivated you to do F1?
Yeah. What motivated me? The speed. As you know, the real life racing is too expensive for normal people like us. So it was the next best thing. And I love watching Formula One.
Yeah,
Michael Schumacher was my example.
yeah,
So yeah, I thought, let's try to be Michael. And
yeah,
I never became Michael, but but yeah, I was just having fun, and
yeah.
always against the AI at the beginning,
Yeah.
and I think on the PS3 or starting at the PS4 that I went online, and that scared me a bit because I was always the fastest
Wow.
with split screen,
Yeah.
against my friends, and I was winning every race. And then, I went online and I was losing every race I was doing. And I thought to myself, man, I'm not that fast as I thought, And so, but in that time, I was using the controller also. I didn't have the wheel.
Yeah.
And but now, I'm racing with a wheel, and I really feel the difference between controller and wheel. It's I think around 1.5, 2 seconds faster for
Oh
me
yeah. Yeah.
than
Yeah.
with the controller. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Now, just quickly to answer Remco's question, he's saying, will there be a chance to ask questions? There will indeed. In fact, if you start putting your questions in capital letters, then it's easier for me to find it. It means I can get not distracted with the comments, but I can. My eyes are drawn to those questions that are in capital letters. So yes, very soon you'll be able to. You can start asking the questions
uh,
for B Racing One, and
be
will.
be nice for me, please.
You like? Oh, you've signed up to the wrong show for that one. You know, when you invite your friends along, you just never know. See,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
you know,
That was the biggest mistake I've made.
well,
Yeah,
isn't it funny though when you were saying that when you started doing online racing, that you think you're ready, and then all of a sudden you realize you're swamped because
yeah,
everyone has had a bit more experience and you're having to learn, and it takes a little while for that for you to kind of catch up a bit. So,
yeah.
how did you manage to get quicker? What was the thing that made you do better in the online racing?
Um, Especially trying to keep up with other people, uh, drive behind them. Uh, and then every time I was always looking for somebody that was just a little faster than I was,
Mhm.
and just like using them like a ghost, as you can
Mhm.
do now with GT Sport.
Yeah.
And I think I'm froze again.
Oops, I think you have.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
think you
what's
have.
going on, but
Maybe it's just a connection issue or an internet. Are you hardwired in terms of the? Do you have an Ethernet cable
yeah,
into
I
your?
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got, yeah. I'm gonna
unless it's
try it
a.
again.
There we go.
And let's try
Now
it
your
again.
questions are coming thick and fast, and
Oh, yeah. Oh
there's
boy.
some good questions. We have got some fantastic questions coming up here. Be ready. Right from day one, Mick Davis. I'm going to ask your question first. So as soon as we get this reconnected,
Yeah, I don't know.
apologies for the. But it's one
Yeah,
of these. Sometimes you get little technical glitches, but maybe it's just the wiring of on the USB if you're plugging it in.
I'm gonna try it again. I'm glad you can't see me now because my big belly is open.
It's on right in front of the camera. That's what happens,
Yeah.
isn't it? Is that's what you end up going back, and either somebody's turned the other way, so you see their bottom,
Yeah.
or you see right up their nostrils when they're trying to move the camera, and it's a whole different range of, of viewpoints here. And
But I don't get it working anymore. I don't know what it is.
make sure it's selected on settings. Make sure that the right camera is selected on settings if it's plugged in.
Yeah, it's in, but I'm not sure what's going on. I will
But
try. I will try it again.
yeah, because it did work the other time when you unplugged it and
Yeah,
redid
that's.
it.
I wait for a second.
We've had the famous IT crowd question from Pagan Ant saying, "Have you tried turning it off and on again?" And it's like
Yeah,
that's what you
yeah.
used to do with the old computers.
Then I have to put my whole PC off.
Richie, I am not on McDonald's Wi-Fi as much as I would like to be, so I don't have
Yeah,
to pay the bill. No, I'm hardwired in as well here.
yeah.
But
I can't get it back. I don't know what's wrong, but
oh, there
oh,
you are. That's
hey,
it. It's back. It's done. You're here again. Fantastic.
Yes.
There we
Yay.
go.
Oh,
Right. Well, we've got lots of great questions. Starting from Mick Davis. Question for Bertus. Who the hell did your makeup? A nice easy one there for you. You know.
actually, my 2-year-old niece did it. Thanks, Mick. Love you too.
And here we are with a serious question from Richie, one of our admins. He says, is there much of a sim racing community in Holland?
It's starting. It started about, I think, in 2019 or 18.
Mhm.
I was invited for a live event in Rotterdam,
Uh-huh.
and that was for the Olympic motorsport games in Rome.
Wow.
It was a qualifying event, so
Uh-huh.
I didn't win, of course. I didn't even have the chance to compete because they didn't have any spare wheels, and my wheel was broken. So
Right.
I couldn't race. That was really a sad thing. But that is about, yeah, when the whole sim racing was coming up in Holland, and it
Yeah.
was with GT Sport.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, that was for the top 8
Yeah. Yeah.
of the Netherlands that were invited to do that. And Leon Ackerman, he won and went to Rome to compete at first Olympic motorsports.
Wow.
Together, I don't know if you know the man, but Tom Coronel.
All right.
Uh,
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
I think I've heard of that. Yep.
he was the coach. Also drove there and was the coach for Leon and 2 other young guys, or 1 young guy and a young girl that were in karting. And yeah, since then, yeah, it kicked off. And now we got the Knaf races. That's from the Dutch Racing Union. It's an official racing championship
Uh-huh.
when you can earn a bit of money also.
Wow.
And I compete in that also. And Remco, who's in the list here,
Yeah. Yeah.
is also in that. So yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
it's a
that's
lot of
fantastic.
fun.
And here's a good question from ZW Game Master. What was the
Ah,
first game you ever played and at what age?
wow. I think it was Pac-Man
Huh? Yeah.
on the handhold. You know
Oh
those
yeah,
little
yeah, like Nintendo or something, or that kind of thing. Yeah, the kind of.
many moons back. I think I was around, I think 12, 13 when those things came out. And then Donkey Kong, also with the
Yeah,
handheld
yeah.
that you can flip open. That were
Aye.
the first. Yeah, Cor started with Pong, and he's still going strong.
Yeah.
that's his motto. So
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, Pagan Ant has said, "Can I have your credit card details?" The naughty man. He's joking, of
mm,
course. But if I may,
well, I can give it to you, but there's nothing on it.
that's all right. Now, from Vornax, what is your favorite band that you listen to in your free time?
Yeah, that's a trick question. Oh man, I forgot the name. Sorry, sorry for next. He wanted to mention his band because his band is starting to grow now, and he tries to get some advertisement for his band.
All right.
Yeah, but he makes great music. The music
Oi,
that he does,
you can
it's
give him a
awesome.
plug. Give him a plug. I don't mind.
Yeah. I just forgot the name of his band, but it's good. It's rock and a bit of house music like that. Uh, yeah, good music, like it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
not just because he's a mate of mine, but
Fool the masses. That's what they say. Born actually saying
fool the
fool the masses.
masses. Yes, yes. Thank you, Vornex.
Yeah, if it's on YouTube, you can go and have a look at that in when
Yep,
the time
yep,
comes. But
sure. For
that,
now, focus on me, please.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Now you have had some pretty good runs with intentionally streams, haven't you? With tell us about your greatest success in one of Tisney's races.
Yeah, that was in a mini madness.
Uh-huh,
That was, I think, about 1.5, 2 years ago,
uh-huh,
and that was on a race in Branch Hatch. I had that was in the second race because he had a sprint race and a main race,
uh-huh.
and I started second in the main race, and I had a good start, took off, got about 3 seconds lead to the P2. Drove around maybe 15 minutes on my own, minding my own business, just going. And then the quick boys came from the back,
Yeah,
and I got 3 guys that were chasing my rear bumper. And I think uh, 1 or 2 laps before the end, I was P4. And I thought to myself, no, man, no, I lost the race, no. And I managed to overtake one. So I was P3 again. And in the last corner, last lap, I overtook P1 and 2.
wow.
And I could stay in front of them. And those guys were just, some of the guys in Tichney's community, they are
Yeah,
really
yeah,
fast.
yeah.
And I went over the line. I was over the moon. I was really,
So had they run wide? Had they been battling away? And
Yeah,
then,
it was a big battle. And, the last corner in Branch Hatch is not an easy corner.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
with 4 cars in one line, there's always a bit of
yeah.
touching and bumping. So I saw a gap opening, put it on the inside, and I said,
Yeah, that's the thing, and then you can kind of run them wide a wee bit, isn't it? So they're
yeah,
if they're
yeah,
offline, they get a poor exit, and then
yeah,
you can get a lot of speed on the inside, isn't it?
yeah,
But
yeah. And I hugged the wall on the right side, on the pit
yeah,
wall, and I thought, oh, no way you're going to get past. But with the Mini, the straight is so long because the Mini is so slow. I was,
yeah,
oh, come on.
yeah. That's what most mini drivers do in the old
Yeah,
days
yeah.
as well, isn't it? When they're driving the old tiny wee minis were always kind of mad and fun.
Yeah, yeah. I think a race car doesn't have to be fast.
Mm.
It's nice to be fast with a Formula One car or LP1, but I think the most fun you get is with the slower cars because the
Yeah,
racing is way closer.
yeah.
So I think that's more fun.
Aye, aye. I know that's the thing. Now you've got a good question here from the Rumar experience. It says, "Do you think that Max Verstappen will grow a beard when he's old enough?"
I think he will never grow a beard like mine. Never.
Right.
No, no. He doesn't got the genes for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like me. It just looks rough. It doesn't. It
Yeah,
never
yeah.
never grows a beard
Just a rough
properly.
patch.
Yeah, that's it. It just looks like unwashed and unclean. So I just don't bother.
No,
But
I have to cut it once in a while. So when I let it go, it will be around my belly.
right. Now, what do you think about Max Verstappen? Because it genuinely looks like he might actually have a chance to win this year to get the championship because he is pulling away and he seems to have had that little bit of an advantage in every race almost. And he's
Yeah,
certainly made the most of it.
yeah, for sure. But at the beginning of the season, it looked great, and I still said Hamilton will be champion.
Do you think? Yeah.
Um, Maybe to fool myself and get ahead of the disappointed when he doesn't win much. But he has a good chance. But I'm not sure. Hamilton he's an animal,
Yeah.
and they both are,
Mm.
because Max is what is he, 24, I
Yeah.
think, and that guy is so fast, but you can't rule out Hamilton. He's just like the last race in America, in the USA. The way he drove Hamilton, it was amazing how
Yeah.
he came back from uh, all the time that he lost in the pit stop, with the pit stops and the
Yeah.
undercuts of Max. But I think it's a bit 50-50. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I hope Max will win because I'm Dutch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not
It
going to say
seems very close, doesn't it? I think all it would take is one race either way. In terms of if there's one failure to finish,
for sure.
then if if Hamilton goes out with a failure to finish, then he's going to be and Max wins the race. Then I think it's pretty much tied up because I think they're so close to the end of the season. It's all like 1-2s, isn't it, between the two of them?
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard to get that back.
Yeah.
And it's the same if Hamilton won and Max failed to finish. Then I think a 12, 13 point lead at this time now it's going to be very difficult
For
with only
sure.
maybe 4 or 5 races to go.
Yeah, for sure. But most of all, I am a Max Verstappen fan.
Hmm.
But most of all, I'm a racing fan. So
Yeah,
if Max doesn't win, it's sad. It's you know, but as long as the racing is good, and we
yeah,
haven't had a Formula One season this good in many
yeah.
years.
It has
So
been getting closer and closer, hasn't it? It has. Even
yeah,
though Hamilton's won everything in terms of the championship, there have been some good battles.
for sure. Yep, yep. Hamilton knows every time he sees Max in his mirrors. I know for sure he's thinking, "Oh man, there he is again," and the other way around. Also, it's when Max sees Hamilton in his mirrors, he thinks, "Oh man, now I got to defend or whatever." So yeah, and it's just like in Monza when they came together. That kind of stuff, yeah. When it's so close to each other, that kind of stuff happens. And
Hmm.
I thought it was a racing incident.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
no one to blame,
yeah.
but yeah.
It makes
And
all the difference. There was,
I see Dave Deja. He says I think Max is hungrier than Hamilton, but I think they're both hungry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because I mean, and because you're Dutch, and so we get to see all you kind of with the big orange flags and orange shirts appearing at every race now.
Yeah.
And
How did you like Zandvoort?
yeah, to be fair, that was the only race I missed because I was away on holiday and I was traveling that day and I couldn't see it. That's the only race I missed. And I
What?
knew I'd get I would get the highlights of it. And of course, Max drove away with it, didn't he? He did
Ah.
a really good race there. But then I think it seems like a good track, but quite hard to overtake on because the
Mhm.
F1 cars are so quick and there's very few places that they can really get together and have a chance to an overtake.
Yeah, except if you're racing against Bottas, then it's easy.
Yeah.
No, but I did track day a couple of months ago with my own car on Zandvoort on a new
Oh
track.
wow. Yeah.
That was a bucket list for me. Was the first time ever I went on a racing circuit, and yeah, it's an amazing track, especially now with the banking. It's really amazing. The feeling you get in the last corner, the
Yeah.
Arie Luijendijk corner is that. Yeah, you don't know what you're. It's such an experience to go through it. With my car, it was easy flat because I got a very slow car, but it's a real amazing track. It's really great track.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good that they're adding all these different tracks in, and as long as they're exciting and they kind of work well and they've got good overtaking,
Yeah,
then I think that's the thing. And we get and I mean there are great drivers. I mean look at Alonso. Is having the time of his life in the Alpine. I mean
yeah,
it's brilliant. So there's all sorts, and even like Vettel is trying and look, he normally has a crash. He does well, and then somebody will bash into him. So it's usually his own teammate, and so it was his one. So it's
Yeah.
but no, as you were saying, sorry, I'll let you carry on.
No. I butched in. Sorry. No, but you said Alonso, but everybody in Holland on the TV and the YouTube channels from Holland, they were saying, "Yeah, what is Alonso doing? He's too old. Blah de blah de blah." Look at the man driving.
Yeah.
And okay, in the beginning, he had to get used again, but the moves he makes sometimes.
Yeah, on the start, he always makes up sometimes 4 or 5 places on the first lap.
Yeah,
He just puts his
unbelievable.
car in the right bit.
Yeah,
It's great fun.
The move in Russia, I really like that one.
Yeah,
It was a bit dirty, just cutting the corner at the start, but I like that kind of stuff.
Spanish are a bit dirty, my goodness. Yeah. Have you not played Gran Turismo?
Yeah. Oh, here my camera goes again.
Oh, there we go. Oh, we'll try again. We'll try it again, and I'm sure it'll come back.
I never have problems with my cam. I'm not sure what it is.
Now, we don't want Verstappen having these kind of problems in his car. I have to say, I'm amazed that the reliability has been so good with everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gone flat.
Let me see.
There we are. Yeah. That's you.
I'm getting good at it to reset the cam.
Yeah.
It goes faster every time.
No, that's the thing. So now, going back to more of a sim racing thing, or obviously you've done an awful lot of GT Sport, but what are your kind of favourite combinations in GT Sport?
Wow. Favorite combinations. I like the Group 3 cars and the Group 4. Track-wise.
I like Group 4. I think it's a bit more manageable.
Yeah. The Group 4 BMW I liked. Tokyo Expressway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With the ridiculous long straight.
Yeah.
And with the beautiful swinging corners. And also the chicane under the tunnel. Yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks, I think. Especially in the Group 3.
Yeah. Group 3. I mean, I need to work on Group 3, but certainly Group 4 is good fun. In fact, Richie Johnson was saying Group 2 was fun last time, Hugh. Yeah, we had a great race. Was it Saturday night? Weren't we? We were in Tokyo in the Group 2s, and it wasn't polite. Put it that way. It was very much about hanging on for dear life. But we have some great pictures of us four abreast coming into one of the corners, which is fantastic. It was really good fun.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about sim racing. You can take a bit more risk than in real life. So when you're full wide, going to a corner, and everybody gives you the respect you need. Yeah, it's the same. The last Monday, I did a race for the KNAF on Laguna Seca. In what were we driving? The Group X Renault RS1.
Oh yeah.
And we went up to the corkscrew, and I had a bad exit the corner before the corkscrew, and so we come side by side, and we just went side by side through the corkscrew. I never seen that. Never seen that.
Not many people have.
No. Normally, one of the two are in the gravel or spinning or whatever. But we just went through the corkscrew, and that kind of moments. Yeah.
It's great fun to get a good race like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it for.
Yeah, I had a great race last night at Brands Hatch in Group 4s on Thea's stream, the Amazons, and I was I'd qualified 7th, and at one point I was up to near enough. I was 4th, and then went down to fifth. And then there's really fast guys. It was Mark Lewis, I think it was, and there was another chap who it was Matt somebody. They're both with an M, and I knew they were fast. They were coming from the back through the field, and then they just got past me. But the thing was, it was coming on the back end of the circuit, which is really tight, and you've got to get the right line. And I got a poor exit on one of the bends. We've gone to the final straight, and so they got past me. But they did it in such a good way because we were neck and neck, but they gave me enough space, and so it worked really well. But it can be quite a thing when that happens. So I think the camera is causing all sorts of issues.
I think I need a new camera. I don't know what's going on.
I have to say we've never had that before. But now you've got a Discord channel as well. Now I'll need to get that sent to me because unless some of your followers here and subs can get access to that, feel free to put your Discord in the comments there, and you can join the Discord. But you need to send me an invite, and I'll join your Discord as well. That would be super. Obviously, we've got our one here as well, which you just joined earlier. Was it just today, wasn't it? So no, it's great to have you in with all of that. But now we had some really good comments. I will go to some of them just now. Here we go. Now it is just here we go. It was from Mick Davis. He says, as far as Alonso goes, I have the same experience when I watch B Racing streams. So you must think you're as good as Alonso on your starts and your enthusiasm after so many years.
I don't know what he's watching, but that's not true. No. There was a time not that long ago. It was almost started to get a meme. I was, how did I call it? I just couldn't get through the first lap without an incident. Yeah. So when the race started, if it was my fault or not, there always happened something and I was lost and I had to recover the whole race. So I don't know who's watching. Maybe there's another racing one or B racing one, but I'm not Alonso, for sure not.
Well, he goes on to say, just think, how can that old guy drive so fast? That's what he's saying. But,
a lot of practice, a lot of practice.
Exactly. And now the RTM GT Sport Channel Live Sim Racing has said that Bertus is a top RTM driver.
Yeah. I just joined RTM. It's short for Racing Team Medemblik. Doesn't mean anything to you, I know for sure. But Medemblik is is a town in Holland, and it's a new team just starting, and they invited me to drive for them. So especially with the Knaf races, that Dutch league, I'm driving their colors, and we're having fun with each other. We try to compete with each other, but also drive smart. If one is faster, so like Remco, he's the fastest of us. When he's behind me, I just let him go. And and if someone is just out of the pitch, let him go. But it's something new. I don't have it in front of my name, RTM, because I don't want that. I just want racing. You never know when you switch teams, and I don't want to have, because I was with RTR about 2 years ago, and they also said, you have to put RTR in front of your name. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't know. I'm pig-headed maybe, but
No, that's perfectly. That sounds pretty reasonable, really. Now, Jerry, NCF1 has asked a very sensible question. Is your area that you live in as flat as Norfolk? I presume that's where he lives. But
I don't know how flat. I don't know how flat. I don't know how flat Norfolk is, but it's quite flat here.
Yeah.
I think the biggest, well, you can't even call it a mountain. It's a hill. I think it's about 30 or 40 meters. So, and that's not even in my area. So we got a lot of water.
Ah,
Maybe that
well.
maybe that helps.
No, that's the thing. And Rumar is saying, I recently had an Alonso moment. Someone tested me illegally to make a point, and they had huge eyebrows. So he must have annoyed somebody, or somebody else annoyed him, and he decided that was enough. But yeah. Oh, we've got TMK 444. Matt's joined us as well in the chat, so it's great to see everyone. And just to let you know that we have a special show this Saturday at 9 o'clock with two of Britain's top commentators. That is Chaz Draycott and Chris McCarthy. They're coming on at 9 o'clock. They've just returned back from from Monza. They've been commenting on all the big international racing championships this year, and they are coming on this Saturday night. That's the 6th of November at 9 o'clock. And we've got the two of them on together, and they've got lots of great stories, and they're going to commentate on one of my races. So the thing is, we're going to see which one it is, and I've got a good one. I think I might use one of our HHTCR warm-up races that we did that was absolute carnage. I think that could be quite a funny one to do. So yes, we are going to do that on Saturday, and in a week's time, we've got all the way from Australia, Charlie Roscoe, who is in the team with Rory Alexander and Keirith Cart. He is coming on in a week's time, and it's going to be 8 o'clock in the morning Australian time, but 9 o'clock at night over here in the UK.
Team Rock is that, eh?
Yeah, Team Rock. Yeah. So it's we've got some big guests as well coming up in the next week or so. Now let's get back to racing. So you have now just got yourself a PC. You've entered into PC racing. What was the experience like? How did it start? And what made you decide to go into PC racing?
Well, I wanted to do more ACC, and I had it on the PS4, but everybody was talking, ACC on the PC, much better, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I already wanted to have a PC for iRacing and just exploring other racing games, more simulated. And that's why I bought it, I think in May, I think. And yeah, it's quite an experience for me because I'm totally new in the PC world. I never had a computer or whatever, just always playing games on the PS. So at the moment, my mind goes because I have to learn everything from scratch. But yeah, I have done a couple of races with Sonic Sim Racing that were they're not. They're still here, but they are South African guys. And now I'm in Sim Racing Belgium in a championship. Once a month is the race. This Friday will be the second race, and still learning. I have a lot of things to learn about the PC, but with ACC I can't go back to the PS4 version because the difference is so big with the handling and the feeling with the car. So yeah, the PS4 version is somewhere there on the floor.
It never gets used again. That's the thing.
No, catching dust.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's amazing the difference, isn't it? And the experience, and you find that because on ACC you've got to do everything. You feel the weight of the car. You don't have cones or a driving line to kind of help you. So you've got to do everything, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, for sure. And you got the whole setup thing. That's something I have to learn also because I know how to drive the car, but I don't know how to set up the car. So I have to check on my other screen I got the virtual race car engineer. It's
All right. Yeah.
it's a program that helps you with the setup, and that works perfectly.
Mm.
And yeah, that helps me a bit. And I must say, I steal setups from other guys, as as my camera goes again.
Oh,
But
there it goes.
I,
We've
I
got. No, that's right. If you can try and reset it, see how we go. Just in the meantime, we've got Noel, the Jesus, who's I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but we've got Noel who's just arrived, and he's saying it's 5:41 a.m. From where he was, where he's watching from. Now, I want to try to think where that might be. It must be the Far East, is it? That if they're that far ahead, or it's maybe Australia or somewhere. I don't know. It won't be that far ahead in Australia. Maybe is that the
541.
Philippines? Maybe that sounds like the kind of Philippines area, perhaps, or Malaysia. And that may be because we had Chupagetti on Monday, which was great fun. He was a good laugh. Now Mick Davis, you're back on again.
Yeah,
It's saying you should clean more and then less dust. He says to you. So I
Mick, please leave the chat, please, Mick, please. No, Mick is one of my hardcore viewers. Um we call ourselves brothers from another mother uh, because we got the same humor and interest and stuff like that. So yeah, we we always taking a gander with each other. We always tease each other.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I expected this kind of stuff from him. Doesn't
No,
matter.
that's the thing. So, what are your kind of goals over the next few years then, for not just for the channel, but for your kind of racing goals? What would you like to be able to achieve, and what would you like to be able to do over the next wee while?
As I reset my camera again, I'm not. I really. Maybe my daughter is playing some sort of game in her room and taking all my internet away. But
Maybe you need about, I'm just trying to think how many megs to be able to stream. But there we are.
there we are. And normally I don't have a problem with streaming and everybody using internet, but my goals, yeah, just to have fun actually.
Hmm.
That's all my channel is all about. I'm quite serious with racing. I want to do as good as I can,
Uh-huh.
but I know I can't win a lot of races. I know I really realized that in the last couple of years, and so for me it's highlights
Yeah,
to just get some highlights with a couple of races here and there, and yeah, basically have fun.
yeah,
And especially with the guys in the chat, uh, just having banter, making fun of each other, and do crazy stuff and have strange conversations. And yeah, it's just, yeah, just building some sort of, maybe you can call it a small family, online family, or I don't know. Yeah, for me it's just for fun. It's a hobby.
yeah,
And if I grow to be, I don't know, as big as Disney, perhaps, uh, it's not important for me
mm,
because it won't pay my bills.
yeah, yeah,
So it's just for fun. It's just a
yeah,
hobby. It's not that I don't want to grow because I have
mm,
some plans. I did try to set up a community championship called the LFR, Love
yeah,
for Racing, and it didn't work because I had a small field. I don't have enough people that joined the races, so
mm,
I put that aside. But when the community starts to grow, the channel starts to grow, and we get more people on the grid, it would be fun to do that because,
yeah,
uh, yeah, I won't be racing myself then. I just
mm,
be doing the comments and try to do it as good as I can.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can always come along and join us in our HHTCR Championship. We had a race there on Saturday night, which was great fun. And a big thanks to all the admins and all the drivers and competitors, because there was some really high quality racing in what do you call it, both grids, and both lobbies were fantastic and really, really good races to watch. I know what it is. What you mean. Sometimes it's hard to always get the numbers up, and it just takes time. But if you can get a really good lobby together, and we chose Group 4, then it works really well, and it's fantastic fun. And it gives you a chance to compete with some really fast guys. We've got Scotty, we've got VQS Jack, who are in the top split, who are fighting it out. And sometimes you get a chance to race with them. So it's always good fun. That
It's I think to find a good lobby or a good championship is very hard, especially with the pace difference with a lot of guys. Because at the moment I'm on the Mondays, excuse me, I'm doing adventure racing, endurance racing with
with James.
James.
Yeah.
And it's a fun championship with pros and amps in one lobby, and that's a real great championship. I'm doing it now for 7 seasons. We're in the seventh season, I think. But the pace difference is sometimes so high with between the guys. It's sometimes you're just all on your own, and that's something I'll try to avoid when I start my own championship. I will try to do it. I already asked Disney's permission to do that, but he has the qualifying for his at the moment Miata Mania.
Yeah,
that works perfectly. The week before the race, everybody does the qualifying, sets in 2 fast laps, and from there on he builds the grid from fast to slow. So if you set your time, you're always racing guys that are at your pace, and that's beautiful. Just like last Saturday, we had round 4, I think, of the Miata Mania. I was in split 2 on second place on the starting grid, and I won the race. And I won something, but because of the lap times are so close, you get beautiful battles instead of one guy is second faster than the other, and then you get a field that's all spread out, and that can be boring sometimes.
But it's nice to have a chance at being at the top, and racing with people similar to yourself, which is it makes it far more competitive, and it's a lot more fun when you don't want to see people driving off into the distance and not having a chance to keep up with them.
Sometimes I have to buy some binoculars and bye bye, and I have that in a couple of championships, but that's something. It is what it is. With the Sim Racing Belgium guys, we also had 3 qualifying races we done, and from there on you got sorted into Pro Am, and AM, and so you got 3 groups of drivers on one track. So we all driving in Group 3 cars, but it's something. It's a bit like multiple.
Multiple classes, isn't it? Different classes.
That's a Dutch guy inside of me that doesn't come out of his English words. Sorry, but that's fun. You always have people there that driving as fast as you are doing, and that's something that's hard to find, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's really good. I think what sim racing has done for all of us is it brings us together. It gives. I mean, we're all motorsport fans, and we don't. I think inside we don't love to be real racing drivers. I mean, I
Oh
think I don't.
yeah,
We always love. We watch racing on TV, and it kind of gets us into it. And you can think, oh, you have your favorite drivers, your favorite types
yeah.
of motorsport. But ultimately, what these games do is they allow us to pretend almost to live our kind of existence that we are actually racing. And some of these games are amazing. The experience they give you, the fact that you're sweating at the end of it.
Oh
As you're especially on ACC. If you're doing all that, if you're like me, you'll be sweating, no problem. But
uh,
so that's the thing. But but it allows us a chance to really enjoy racing and get something from it. And I think that's one of the best things about sim racing. And then who knows where it goes? And if you can portray that enthusiasm for the love of the sport, I think it's fantastic. And we've got Damo in the chat as well. And now Noel is saying, do you play racing games? Yes, you certainly do. It's ACC, GT Sport. They're all games that you've been playing for quite some time.
yeah, for
Yeah,
yeah. GT Sport straight off the bat. I don't buy many games when they come out because
they're quite
yeah,
expensive, aren't they?
yeah, it's about 60, 70 euros, and yeah, I can't afford to do that because I got a house to pay. I
Mm.
got a kid. I got a wife who wants money also. So yeah, I don't buy. But the GT games, I started with GT1 uh,
Yeah,
up till now. That's one of the few games I buy the moment they come out.
yeah,
And ACC I bought on the PS4. I think it already was out for 6 months or so. But
yeah.
it started to interest me because people were talking about it, and I thought, well, maybe I should buy it. And it was about 30 euros or so. But
Mm.
with the DLC, still you come to the 50 or 60 euros. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
but now I got it on PC, so I paid again for all the stuff and DLC. But yeah, I just love it. I also got Race Room on my PC,
oh yeah.
but yeah, but I'm not sure if I like it. I done a couple of races against the AI.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've never tried it, to be fair. I have looked at it, and I like their equipment. I love their. I've played on their simulator or their sim rigs before at a show, and they were really really good sim rigs. But yeah, but no, I've never actually played the game so much. Well, I would have played it the time that I had to go on the rig, but that was about it.
Yeah, I think the only thing I liked was how the cars reacted to each other with the bumping. Side by side, touching.
Yeah, yeah,
It with GT Sport when you do this, it is instantly.
yeah. It
The
just class. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and with ACC, it's a lot better already. But with Race Room, I don't know, but you can drive off each other's mirrors and nothing happens. You just go on. But
That's it.
it's
Driving like
some
a higher car, eh? And it doesn't
yeah,
make
yeah,
any.
it's real how do you call it, touring car
Yeah, that
racing,
kind of thing,
and
isn't it?
yeah, yeah, but
That,
on one hand I like it, but on the other hand maybe it's also because I don't have the full game and a lot of cars. It's just the basic game, so
hmm.
maybe it's that. I'm not sure, but
Uh, Now, Noel has asked us a question about Forza Horizon, which, of course, is the Xbox. Have you ever played anything like that? I think you can get it on PC, possibly, as well.
I'm going to say something maybe a bit ugly, but uh, I don't have an Xbox. I don't want an Xbox. And it will never come into my house. I'm sorry for everybody on the Xbox. I'm a PS guy. PlayStation is my thing. Yeah, the game always interested me, Forza, and but yeah, it's not worth for me to play. buy an Xbox just for one game.
Yeah.
That's also the thing with the PS5 now. I don't play much games other than racing games. And
Yeah.
should I buy the PS5 just for GT7?
Yeah. It's
I
a
don't
big
know.
commitment. It's quite an expensive thing too, isn't it? And it's a good £450 over here if you want the top one. So it's quite a bit of money.
Yeah,
But,
and I don't like the because you got what I understood. There is a PS5 without discs.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a wee bit less. It's about 350. Something
Yeah,
like that,
but
isn't it?
I want one where I can put a disc in. I
Yeah.
want the hard
So you can
copy
play
of.
the other games. Yeah.
But I don't know if you have. I don't know if it's smart to buy a PS5 for just one game. I don't know.
Yeah. There'll be a few more. I can't wait till Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. I love it. I
You're
bought my
GTA.
PS4. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. It's just so much fun. It's pure escapism. I always thought I was playing it on my other PS4 the other day, and just for fun, I'd reloaded it up and I'd completed the game a long time ago. And I just thought, I should actually maybe stream this because it's so funny. And that we were just kind of getting in any car we could, going up to the mountains and doing these ridiculous jumps off the side of the mountains, and it was just hilarious because some of them, it just explodes in midair, and other times you can land and you can see how many rolls you get and so on like that. It's honestly, it's just hilarious and that, and so I might just stream some of that just for an offline, just for a bit of a laugh.
I had Vice City, I think it was. Was it on PS2?
Oh yeah. Can't have it on Vice City.
Yeah, I only did. I got the game with the PS2. I bought the PS2 second hand, and the game came with it, and I played it. It's not my game. I don't really like the game, but the only thing I was doing was the cheat codes.
Oh yeah, that's what I used to do.
So you can fly with the cars, get a tank, and I only did crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, that is the best fun about it, actually. And you get helicopters and planes, and you try and get the jumbo jets, and you try and fly them under the bridges. It's brilliant fun, and that's always nice.
I never came to the airport. I couldn't find it.
Oh yeah. Well, at first they wouldn't let you in. You've got to go so far in the game to be able to get to the airport and then not get arrested as soon as you get there. So yeah, but it's good fun. It's one of the things that makes me laugh so much. I just absolutely love it. I hope the new one has a bit more kind of interaction. Because there were some the early ones were quite good. They were good fun. That in fact, ZW Game Master has asked, did you ever play the Burnout games? Because you used to get Burnout, wasn't it, on PS4?
No,
PS3?
sorry, Cord. Sorry, CW. No, I didn't. Because for me, Need for Speed, that was the lowest racing game I was playing, to call it like that, not to call it an absolute crap game or something. I don't know if I can say that on your stream, but
that's all right. That's okay.
But how do they call it? Burnout.
Burnout.
It's all about crashing. And I'm not playing racing games to crash my car. I try to keep on track, It's the same like rally games. I really am bad in rally games because the moment the car starts sliding and you want the rally car to slide, I correct it. Because I don't want my car to slide. I'm a real racetrack driver. And Burnout games, sorry, Cor, I leave that up to you.
That's it. No, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Well, what would you like to say in closing to your community of fans and subs who are watching tonight, and the people in the chat and the people at home who might be listening to this on the podcast? What would you like to say to your community?
What I would like to say is, if you want to see more of this silver-bearded crazy person on stream, join my my channel B Racing 1 on YouTube and be part of the family, and try to have some fun, some laughs. maybe distract me during races so I make mistakes and you can laugh. Uh, it's all about the fun. I almost never practice for races. Uh, and that brings a lot of highs and lows on my channel. So if you're interested,
Absolutely.
come and join. And also I want to say the other finger, big shout out to this guy for having me. I'm very honored for a small YouTube channel and crazy old man like me to be invited to the car sim and race driver show for an interview. Never expected that, but yeah, it's real a big honor for me, man. It's really a big honor, and I really hope you guys join my channel, also Hugh's channel, and gives us a lot of views and likes.
Yeah, exactly. Who says we're not in it for a quest for views and likes? That definitely sums it up, doesn't it?
Likes and view times. Come on.
That's right. Oh, it's fantastic. Well, that's the thing about the Car Sim and Race Driver show. I like to have people who just are they have a real love for sim racing and for real racing as well. If that's the thing that they do or they're involved in, then absolutely, because it's great fun. And this is what the buzz is all about, being able to race, having the most closest experience to racing. And I'm sure when you went and did your track day, you find that the things that you've learned in the games help you on the track. They do give you insight.
For sure.
And braking, turning, all the kind of things. And sometimes it feels easier in real life than it does on the game.
Yeah, in real life, you don't take the risk as you do in the sim. I saw it, all the preparation I had on the sim. ACC has Zandvoort on it. My nephew was with me on track day with his own car, and he was like a ghost. His whole face was white because he was scared as and I was driving like because I
finally free.
Racing is not only for winning. You can have great battles at the back, and it's all about having fun.
No, definitely. Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show tonight. Be Racing One, Bertus, and you've had a great group in the chat here who have come along to watch you tonight. And if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to Be Racing's channel and also this one for the interviews that we have here with Be Racing One and many, many more that have been in the past and are coming again in the future. But it's fantastic to have you with us. Stay on the line just now. But for everyone who's watching, you've been watching the Car Sim and Race Driver show. Now, do you know our motto, Be Racing One? Do you know our famous motto?
Drive hard and crash or something like
that? That's what usually happens. To be fair, that's what... not too far away. Not too far away, to be fair. That's the best attempt. People normally look at me with a blank face. As if you don't even know what the channel's about, but I'm joking. But it is drive fast and try not to crash. And if you do, you might just win the race at the first corner. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you on Saturday with Chris McCarthy and Chaz Draycott. Bye just now.